It's Cynthia with Bunny Loves Crafts, and I haven't made a video in forever, so I don't even know. Okay, here we go. I'm trying to get you dialed in here on my, and pull you down. There we go. And see my remote. And I don't need that on. Okay. As I mumble through stuff. Okay. As you see, I'm using my Distress ink, black soot, and art glitter glue. That's what's in here. This is my new addition to my craft table. I crocheted me a little scrap basket so that I can keep my scraps maybe from going on the floor quite as much. and I'm saving scraps now. I'm gonna start, like I need to save any more, right? No, I've got all the stuff now for making some handmade paper, and I'm going to be doing that come spring. So I'm saving scraps now. Okay. All right. Let me get a sip of my tea. Okay. Dry throat. All right. As you can see, I've got little bits and pieces here on my table. Am I in? Yes, I am. I'm right here. Okay. I will show you what I have been making. Let me move these. Okay, they're over here now. All right. And these are the ones I just finished. I made my own envelope for them. Like, I don't have envelopes. Oh my word, I've got so many envelopes. I'm going to have to do some envelope stuff. But I'm making there we go. These are the ones I've made so far today. Well, I've made some more too that are over in my other. See, I filled this one. So there's 8 here. Don't mind my shaking. I don't know what's going on. I've eaten. My sugar is not low. My blood pressure is not high. So I don't know what's going on. But I'll show you the rest of these. Little envelope. Got my 6x6 papers out and for this project, and I thought, hey, I can make me some envelopes. Okay, so this is a little one. I'm trying to make sure I stay on screen. And I'll get to I'll show you the first one that I made. Yeah, well, okay, I'll show you that one last. Okay, I'm really, I love mushrooms. There's just, I was going to say, they're so organic. Duh. I have dumb moments. You know, I'm a grandmother. I'm entitled. I don't know. I'm like, I like all of them. They're all cute. So yeah, I'm using up some of my scraps, making more scraps by using up scraps. Okay, my very first one was this. It did not work. I mean, it works, but it doesn't look the way I wanted it to. And so I flipped the colors and I went like this. Well, okay. And I'm like, but the stems should be there. I should. So I got smart. And I'm doing, I've got the 3 pieces now, and I've got them down. How I need to make them go. Okay. So now I'll show you how I'm doing these. And I think all of them will fit on an ATC. I haven't been, measuring them, but, ATC is 2.5 by 3.5. And my envelope is 3.5 by 3. So, it's size. I'm not making them specifically for ATCs, but they're going to go in and on my journals, and so pockets. And so what I've done here is I've cut out, this is some of the tops here, okay, and then the stems, right? This is how I figured it out. I can take a piece, oh, here, there it is. I can take a piece like this, okay, and I'm just doing, I'm like, okay, I started with drawing it out and being real meticulous, and I was like, I don't have to do that. I can cut a shape. I know how to do that. So we're cutting. I guess I'm going to make this a how I do it. I'm not sure what the title of it's going to be yet. And then I go from one of the corners, and I'm going to make a curve like so, and I'm going to meet up with that corner there. Okay, so there's the top, and I really that was loud. The makeup sponge, I got these from Amazon, and I think it was like 120 in a box. It even came in its own container. But I mean, yes, you could use the regular distress tool by Tim Holtz, of course, Ranger stuff. But I like these for this intricate, more pieces, for doing the scrap pieces. Okay, I like getting a really good, and this is dark paper, so you've got to use something dark on it. Okay, so there's the top, and we'll pick out a stem. I have all of these stems already distressed. All right, so let's do yeah, let's go ahead and do this. All right, so I'm going to take, and now this part I kind of draw a little bit. I'm going to start at this corner here. I want it to come down, and I just lightly draw, and then I'm going to give myself a couple marks here on the sides that I know, so I know I need to come within these sides here. I know this doesn't show up very well, but okay. got lost there. Okay, so I'm going to come in here. I think, yeah, there we go. All right, and now we're just going to kind of freeform a cut. I want to make it big enough that I got enough space to glue on, and I went way over. I make a stem out of that. So we're gonna, my point is over here. I think I did a little extra. Right there, that'll work. Okay, so this is the top that's going to go underneath the cap. And so I don't need to do the sides, I just need to do the bottom. Okay, now I'm going to lay these two together so that I can see where my points are and if I'm going to have to trim anything. Oh, that's going to work. Now I've got two different stems here. I've got this one like that I could use, or can't get my fingers under it. This was a map page. I kind of like that. I like both of them, to be very honest. I like both of them. Okay, so I'm going to put some glue on the top here, and I'm going to lay that down right about there. Okay, now this piece, the cap, I'm going to go around the edge because we got to get it placed. Now remember, art glue likes to hold quick, so make sure that when you're placing these, that you're careful to there. The biggest thing is you want to cover up the stem and get the stem in there. That's how you get that dimensional look to it. And then we can just go in here and we can trim that. And then that little piece, we just go back with our black soot and touch that up. Now, yes, the stem here is loose, so you can go in here with some glue, glue that down. We've got back sticking up over here, so we go in here. Okay. And we have a mushroom. Now, where did I get this idea? I've had, we're gonna do another one. There. Okay. Just about have to put some, we'll keep that one. But I've got other scraps here that, that's got two little triangles, but scrap, itty bitty scraps. And I've got a darn gnat in here. More tea. Okay. My goodness. I don't talk that much during the day. So I get, my throat gets dry real quick. Anyway, ADHD brain, okay? So, what I was talking about was my idea. Where did your idea come from, you ask? Thank you for asking. Darcy, Misadventures in crafting. Oh boy, I'm going to have to. I was just watching her. Just watching her. Oh my goodness. There we go. There we go. I have my TV set. Whoops. So that I can, because I was watching one of her videos. And it is, that's what I thought, Darcy's Misadventures with Mixed Media. And she has got awesome videos. And I haven't met her, but if I met her, I know we would just have a ball. We'd have fun. We would craft like crazy. She's a messy crafter like me. And so anyway, okay. But yeah, she's doing a class that started on the beginning of October, and one of the assignments was making scrappy mushrooms. And I seen that and I was like, oh, they're so darn cute. And I was like, I have to make some mushrooms. I have to make mushrooms. Okay, let's get another one made out of this. This piece here, I was asked to do a couple journals, and one of them was African animals theme, and so that's why I have giraffe print. Okay, we're gonna cut another cap. How about maybe make this one a little bit fancier? Yep, like so. Okay, and we'll come down here, lay that aside, and we're just gonna kind of do this. And right like that. Okay, kind of goofy shape, but I like goofy, silly stuff. And we'll ink the edges, because inking the edges just really frames things off. I know Roxy from Rachel from Roxy Creations. She does not ink, and her stuff's adorable. I love her stuff. But I started with Gail Augustinelli. That was probably the first person that I watched videos of. And then the second one that I was following was Stacey Evans with Pink Poodle Crafts. And I've been watching them for the last, I guess, let's see, 6 years? Yeah, because I was working as a music teacher at a charter school teaching violin in 2013, 2012, 12-13 school year, and then the 13-14 school year. And then when they decided that they did not need, well, it wasn't that. They could not have parapros. I have given fiddle lessons, violin lessons, since I was 14, but guess what? That is not good enough for Washington State to continue funding. I got that a little small. Let's go down here. Okay, we'll do it that way. They needed to continue their funding, and they couldn't do that and keep me as a parapro teacher, because Washington State said, oh, parents, parapros, they are not qualified to teach. So I went back to my giving private lessons. And then I started having, well, I had a heart attack in 2012, right before I was supposed to start working at the charter school. Timing is everything. Okay, so I'm going to have to fiddle with this a little bit. Haha, pun to me. But I know I had quite a few students. I was able to do that. But I wasn't getting, other things. I wasn't making things. And I'm one of those kind of people that really, really likes to be making stuff. So here I am. Making paper. Playing with paper. I'm not making paper yet. That's going to be next year. But yes, I like to play with paper. Okay. I'm going to have to trim that corner. That's okay. All right. Trimming the corner. I don't like pointy bits. I don't think mushrooms should have pointy bits. They put the pin in the glue. There. Okay. And we have another mushroom. And it's a little wonky. But most mushrooms aren't perfect. But they're awfully cool. Okay. Well, there's another one. That means I have that one we just made, and that one I just made, right? I think. No, I made this one. Yeah. Okay. I like these. They're turning out so cute. Oh, I need to glue the back down. All right. So, the title of this video is probably going to be Making Mushrooms with Scraps. Creative paper play. All right. Well, that's all for this video. I'm going to keep it short. I'm going to try to do some short, how-to videos, and I will put pictures up on my Instagram page with mushrooms, and my Facebook page. My Facebook page, I have a lot of my crafting friends on my regular page, which is Cynthia Bartlett Ham. You'll see it in the link. and in the video at the bottom. And let me see. Oh, yeah. And then Bunny Loves Crafts, Luvz. Okay. And crafts is spelled with a C. And that's my YouTube channel. So, God bless. Everybody stay safe. I hope that the people in Florida made it through Milton all right. I have a daughter living in Port St. Lucie, so, but I've heard from her, she's fine. And then my other daughter lives in Georgia, up close to Atlanta. So yeah, I have kids to worry about. So God bless, take care, and hope to see you again very soon in my next video. Bye.